this is the parallel flow and counter flow heat exchanger. We know what is a heat exchanger. Heat exchanger, it is a device in which the heat is transferred from one fluid stream to the another without mixing with each other. So, what is the aim of this experiment? We should know that. To determine the LMTD. LMTD stands for log mean temperature difference. Then the overall heat transfer coefficient, both theoretical and experimental. Now, this is the aim of the experiment or objective. So, this we need to conduct for both parallel flow and the counter flow. Let me explain you how we see the parallel flow, how we get the parallel flow and counter flow. First, before that you need to understand this test, right? We have this rotameter. Using this knob, we will set this to 0.5. It is set to 0.5. Then this is the heater on. Using this, first we need to switch on the console on, then console on, then heater on, and set this thermostat. This is the thermostat to the required temperature, somewhere around 80-85. So this is how we set this. This is the thermostat. Instead of dimmer stat, we have thermostat. This is the heat regulator or temperature regulator, I can say, instead of heat. For dimmer stat, we say it's a heat regulator using the voltage, which we set for voltage. This is the temperature, hence we call it as a thermostat, temperature regulator. Using this knob, I set somewhere around 85 to 90, between that. Okay, this is the thing. Once the heater is switched on, we see this, the heater is on. Then we need to allow to reach the steady state. Now, below this we have the tank. You can see you can see. And for hot water, we have to measure. One measuring jug. This is the pump. You can see this. That is the pump which we'll be using. And then now we start doing the or conducting the experiment. See, we have two pipes here. Say one is for the cold water, and here the fluid used is water, and hence I say this is the cold water pipe, and this is hot water. How do we understand this is hot water? Because it has been insulated to avoid the heat losses. It has been insulated with wood to avoid the heat loss. So now, and it has been marked with red also. This indicates that this is for the hot water, this pipe, and this is for the cold water, this pipe, complete pipe. Okay. This we have temperature indicator T1, again increment decrement type, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. In the same way, if I start decrementing, this is the condition. This is how I get. Now, T1 stands for the cold water inlet. The cold water inlet. This is the cold water inlet. This is the cold water inlet, T1. You can see this. Then T2, it is the cold water outlet. The outlet of the cold water is this. Then this is the thermocouple which we use. Then T3, it is the cold water outlet. Again, one is for parallel flow and another one is for the counter flow. Based on this, we'll be taking T2 and T3. T4, it is hot water inlet. This is the hot water inlet. You can see this. Then T5, it is the hot water outlet. You can see on the other end. These are the temperature sensors which we have. Now, first, how if I need to set the parallel flow, how do I start? We have a certain valve this is V1, this is named as, here we start from this side, this is V1, this is V2, this is V3, this is V4. What is this V indicates? So these are the valves 1, 2, 3, 4, naming this as 1, 2, 3, 4. First, if the first valve is kept open and the second valve is closed, then third valve is kept open, this is in the open condition, and the fourth one it's closed, this is closed. So under this condition what happens, let's see, the water enters, this is how it enters, and it moves in this direction, yes, and it also takes this direction. Now tell me that this is the wall where it has been closed, it cannot proceed further, so it has to bounce back to in this direction. So it takes this direction, since the wall is open here, then it passes through this, and here is a fixed direction, you can see this arrow mark, fixed direction of the hot water. So if both the fluids are working, or if both the fluids are flowing in the same direction, then it is said to be a parallel flow. So since it is moving in the same direction like this, then we say this is a parallel flow heat exchanger. In case of counter flow heat exchanger, what I have to do, I have to turn off this valve 1, then on this 2, then coming to this, close this 3, then open the 4. Again the water inlet is from this direction, it takes both the direction like this because it doesn't know how to enter. Then as soon as it comes to this end, since this is closed, it cannot proceed in this direction, so it has to follow this direction, then it has to come down. Once it enters, it has to follow this direction. Since my hot fluid is moving in this direction, and cold fluid will be moving in the other direction, that is opposite to this, this is the movement, from this end it is coming. So the opposite to each other, both the fluids are, the direction of both the fluids are opposite to each other, hence we call it as the counter flow heat exchanger. This is about parallel flow heat exchanger and counter flow heat exchanger. We need to find the as I told you, the aim of the experiment is to find the LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference, as we have studied in our theory, and overall heat transfer coefficient. In case of overall heat transfer coefficient, we will be calculating both theoretical as well as the experimental value. Let's start with the experiment. I told you first console on, then heater on, set this somewhere around 85 to 90. This is how I can show this exactly 90. Okay, you can see that. Then since it is still heating, we can see the light glowing here. If it has reached the temperature limits, see, it shows that it is still in the room temperature or something like that, then you can allow it to reach a steady state. Now first one, open your manual and take down the readings. First what we have, it is a type of flow. If I start with the parallel type of flow, first cold water, flow rate of cold water, manometer reading we will take, this 0.5 cold water, 0.5 will mark, or even we can take it as 1. Better to take 1. Let me change this to 1, and 1 we will be taking. Okay, so 1 is a rotometer reading. Then that is the first thing. Next, hot water value we have to take. How do we get this hot water value? We have a measuring jar here. We have a measuring jar. You can see this measuring jar with, see, can you see? With the ml marked on it, 200, 400, if you can see, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600, 1800 and 2000. How do I get this means? Now once if I switch on the pump, so now I am trying to switch it on. Once I do that, I have to collect the hot water. How do I measure this using measuring jar? Using this stopwatch, for 1 minute, the time take for the amount of water collected has to be noted down. How do we get? Let's see. Here is the bar. You have to adjust it to the rate. If I say start, then